Yo, 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 welcome to the show. Welcome to the Social Sunshine Podcast, episode 209. I am your hostess, Brittany Cross, and thank you so much for being here for another episode. If you're watching the video version, I got to shout out my shirt. Can you see it? My We Rock Together shirt by my buddy Nick Harrison. No, he did not ask me to wear this shirt on the show, and no, he did not ask me to talk about it. I'm doing it because I think he is really cool. You probably have seen him on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, wherever you're seeing videos, but he's I think he's at Mr. Professor 318. And he has these really cool We Rock Together shirts, and I love mine. So go check out my buddy Nick. So today's episode is for all of you social media managers out there. It's another one of our social media manager series that I've been doing on this podcast. So if you are a social media manager, if you want to be a social media manager, or if within your job, one of the hats you wear is social media manager. That's a really common one. This episode is for you. Previous episodes on this topic, on social media management in general, are episodes 187, 189, and 194. All right, so that's episode 187, 189, and 194. And now we're on 209. Are all episodes to help social media managers. And I'm going to continue to do this because I think it's important to speak up on this and to help others. I've been a social media manager for years, many, many years. And that's also what the foundation of my company, Fun Love Media, was built on, was social media management. And I'm now, guiding and supporting and mentoring other social media managers as we bring them onto our team at Fun Love Media. We're growing our social media manager program, and it's so fulfilling and cool, right? Because we're helping individuals come onto our team at Fun Love Media and create a customized career as social media managers. Take on as many clients as you want or not. And not have that whole, I have to clock in and out 5 days a week. You kind of have this flexible, creative workflow of your own. And we have it mapped out how it's not too complicated to get to six figures. So I'm really proud of what we're doing. And I'm proud to be able to be here with you and talk about it here. So my message today for social media managers is a little bit of tough love. And the message is stop fucking complaining. Love you, mean it. But let's dive into this further. I see a lot of complaining from social media managers on social media. There are actual accounts devoted to complaining for social media managers. And while I understand that this is a thing in probably all industries, right? That's not abnormal. And I do have a sense of humor. I just want to talk a little bit more about this to give you some words of wisdom to help out, because there's a difference in having the rare ability, this is rare, ability to be able to create something or say something about being a social media manager that's really kind of poking fun at it, that's actually legitimately funny, versus sounding like a whiny little bitch. And I don't want you to sound like a whiny little bitch, and we don't want that negative energy out there. We're supposed to be leaders in marketing. Social media managers are extremely important. What we're doing, it's very important work. So I want to help you with this by really mostly talking about expectations. What should you expect as a social media manager, and how to manage your expectations and manage the expectations of your clients as well, so that maybe you have less complaining to do. A lot of the complaining that I see whenever people post about this on social media, and I understand that some of it is for shock value, and I get it, but I'm just, it is what it is. There's a lot of people doing this, is reminding everybody what we're not. So it's we are not photographers. We are not marketing strategists. We are not your email marketer. We are not, right? They're why you got to say that we got to do all these things. It's kind of the stance, right, of a lot of these posts that I see, and you probably see them too. But here's the thing. You actually kind of are all those things, especially if you are a thorough, full service social media manager, like what we're doing in our program. The social media manager is a photographer. They're a smartphone. It's all on smartphones, but you're a smartphone photographer. You're a smartphone videographer. You need to actually know how to do that shit and do it well. You need to go to the business, the place of business, and capture content and it look lovely and be nice and professional and good, like really good shit. And then you need to be able to go back to your office and create social media posts out of it and think of the creative ideas of how you can use this for this and use a trend or use a sound or put images together, right? You need to be able to be a copywriter. So don't tell me I'm not a copywriter, because you fucking should be. Right? Because you need to be able to write the pop-up text that comes up on the screen during the video. You need to be able to write the caption copy down below the post, right? You need to be able to do all of these things. You are that. You do need to be a strategist to some degree, right? This is if you are wanting to be a really thorough, full-service social media manager, which is what we do and what I do, and that's what I know. So that's what I'm here to help with. I understand that there are some instances in which a social media manager, and I'm doing quotes on manager, is doing much less, and they're really just like posting stuff that was made by someone else and just implementing, essentially, right? And to me, that's more probably along the lines of being like social media manager's assistant, or just like a social media assistant or a marketing assistant, right? Like you're just like taking direction from someone and just implementing the task to help get it done. But that's different. If you're a full service social media manager, you are doing all of those things. So I just want to make sure it's clear, like the difference between all of that, And so if you are one of those people that has complained on social media, like, we're not photographers, we're not copywriters, we shouldn't have to come up with your strategy. Well, like there's a whole bunch of us that do that, right? And we earn good money for that. And we are smart and creative and we know what we're fucking doing. And we put a lot of effort and love and energy into our work. And it's a thing. It's a thing. A lot of social media managers are multi-talented people, not one-trick ponies, that's for sure. So keeping that in mind, you must understand that when you come at it from that angle, it just sounds like imagine being a potential client and them seeing your post that you were like whining about stuff and complaining about stuff. Do you think that makes them want to hire you? Do you think that makes them feel comfortable with you, like nice and warm and fuzzy about like you're over here being so negative about your industry and complaining about your work all the time? It's just not the right vibe. It's not the thing. I don't recommend it. If you happen to be one of those very few talented individuals that is somehow able to deliver the kind of like behind the scenes, if you know, inside joke kind of content about being a social media manager and do it well to where it's actually funny and it's not annoying as fuck, then do it. You should do it, because some people have that ability, but you're gonna know if you're not one of those people. Because if you are one of those people, you're probably really getting success with your post. You're probably making people laugh and just poking fun at ourselves as social media managers and some of the shit that we go through. But I just want to spread this message of really kind of like raising the vibration, essentially, of our industry and of what we do. And instead of being known for being, like I said, whiny little bitches. Yep, I said what I said. Going out here and complaining about all of these big expectations and what we don't want to be doing, have a good attitude and fucking do your shit and do it well. And you can set those expectations with your client very clearly, and you should. So if you are communicating well with them as to exact tasks that you're going to be completing and what you're not going to do, then there really shouldn't be much to complain about, right? But that sometimes you learn that the hard way and the long way. I know I have. I know that I've had plenty of times where earlier on I didn't provide enough clarity between my client and me on what I was going to be doing. And, they might make assumptions that I could just toss this in or I could just also do that. And wasn't something I planned to do, but I didn't make that clear. And you don't know these things until you know. So you got to give yourself a little bit of a break if you've been through that before. I've been through that. And then you got to learn from it though, and don't repeat the mistake. So if you have that situation and the boundaries are very, blurry and fuzzy between you and your client, you'll learn. You'll go, oh shit, don't want to do that again. Or like whenever we renew their agreement, I'm going to make it even more clear so that way we have a little bit more boundaries. And then you're also going to know as time goes on and you have a long relationship with someone who you can have those moments where you go above and beyond for them. I think that that's fantastic to do that, as long as you have been working with them long enough to have trust, to have loyalty, and to have respect between the two of you. And then when there's those moments where you want to do a little something extra for them because you genuinely care about them and their brand and about doing a great job, cool, right? That's just like your gut instinct going with that. But anyway, I hope that this is helpful. I hope, I know it's harsh to listen to stuff like this sometimes, but I think it's important. And I want so badly to help represent what we do well and to help bring up the next round of social media managers in a way that represents us as the smart, creative, cool, fun, great people that we are, because we are. And I'm proud of what we do, and I hope that you are too. And I hope that you're not one of those people out there complaining like a whiny little bitch. All right. Thank you so much for listening today. I'll talk to you later.